transformation you are ever going to witness in your entire life. Yes, that's right, your entire life. Please take your seats. Welcome to Wallsend Library. Is that right, Mummy? Is it Wallsend? Yes. Welcome to Wallsend Library. My name is Pixie, and you are all here today to watch my Mummy's presentation, How to Manifest a Life of Pleasure. It's a wonderful presentation. I've seen it. So sit back and take note of what my Mummy tells you. She knows what she's talking about. Yeah, but I must tell you, she had a special guest book for today. She wanted Madonna to open this presentation. And I told her, I said, you're a fool, Mummy, you're a fool. The woman is always turning up late or doesn't even turn up. What happened? Madonna missed her flight. So who has to step in? Pixie. Pixie saves the day. She said, oh, Pixie, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I said, don't worry, I'll do the intro. So sit back, relax and enjoy.
Thank you, Pixie, for the introduction. A bit embarrassing about Madonna, but never mind. Right, so this presentation is how to manifest a life of pleasure. So first of all, what is manifestation? Rhonda Byrne, who wrote The Secret book, which I've got copies today, said, what you think, you create, what you feel, you attract, what you imagine, you become. Neville Goddard was probably one of the masters of manifestation and the law of assumption. So it's not just about the law of attraction, he talks about the law of assumption, so I would recommend Neville Goddard's books. I watch a lot of Bob Proctor videos on YouTube. He, to me, was the master of manifestation, but now I've discovered Neville Goddard, so I'm looking into his theories. Bob Proctor once said, you must begin to understand that the present state of your bank account, your sales, your health, your social life, your position at work, etc. is nothing more than the physical manifestation of your previous thinking. So what he's basically saying is, everything is in your control. Now I know a lot of people find this hard to believe because people think, well, no, I'm struggling, or my life's hard, or I haven't got nice people in my life. Everything comes down to you, so I'm going to explain this as we go on. He also said, start with the end in mind. If you want to be a millionaire, talk like one, act like one, work like one. Is there any TV character that springs to mind when I read that quote to you? Is there anybody?
Del Boy.
Del Boy. So Del Boy, he knew how to manifest, and everything he wanted came true in the end, didn't it? But he worked hard for it. Bob Proctor said, don't expect a great day, create one. So manifestation is ultimately about understanding the power that is within us all, and I'm going to show you how to do this. I recommend this book, The Secret. I've got 3 copies available for sale today, £3 a copy. If this book can change your life, call it Margaret.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
Somebody recently bought a copy of this book, didn't they? Or someone gave them it, and they had a big win on the lottery, didn't they? Not long after.
A scratch card, I think it was.
Was it a scratch card? Yes. But first of all, here's a brief list of what I've manifested. So I've manifested numerous house moves. People might think, well, that's no big deal. But I've said to the universe, I want a cash buyer. The next day, estate agent rings up, Dom, I've got a cash buyer, want to view your house. They're the one that's going to buy the house. Always happens. I asked for somebody who'd inherited money. The next day, estate agent rings up, they've got the money in the bank, they inherited money. So if you, I always get everything what I've asked for. So long story short is I've had successful house moves, too many to mention. And I always get the exact cash difference that I've asked for from the purchase price and the sale price. I always try to make a little bit of money off when I've moved house. And I recently, this was the house previous, I hadn't realised that I manifested that house because one day I was walking home from the shops and I had some heavy bags of shopping and I put them down and I said, oh, I wish I lived near the shops. Within a year, I hadn't even been thinking about moving house. Within a year, that memory came back to us, and I was now living in a house on that street where I'd sent that wish out. So I hadn't intended to move, but it all just happened. I've manifested writing books. This was all since 2021. I manifested meeting my favourite actor, Michael C. Hall, who plays Dexter. Does everyone know Dexter? No. I had to put her picture in because she would whinge if I didn't. And I met him again, and I still couldn't speak to him, could I? And we manifested arranging a book signing event for Right Said Fred. I manifested going on Sonia Poulton's TV show, and getting a lovely birthday message off Sonia from my mum, which had just stated how wonderful I was, which was very
Happy birthday
nice.
next week, everybody.
I manifested my little boy Dexter. Considering my partner did not want another cat, I think that's proof manifestation works, because I got my own way. I mean, sometimes I regret it. So I manifested much more. You can test it out as well. So one day I said to the universe, I want to manifest £50 cash. Within 2 days, a letter came from my letterbox, and it was an invitation to go on a eBay focus group meeting. And in the letter it stated, we will pay you £50 cash for your time. Now things like this has happened time and time again. It's not coincidence. So I think, well, what's the chances of that? So Bob Proctor once said, set a goal to achieve something that is so big, so exhilarating that it excites you and scares you at the same time. Well, I had a crack at stand-up comedy. I think that's scary. This is one of my favourite Madonna songs, Give It To Me. And one of the lyrics is, this ain't nothing new, you've done it all before. The power to manifest is within us all, we're born with it. You've done it all before, you just don't realise that you're creating your reality all around you. So just get on with it, don't. Well, life's a roller coaster, and I think for a lot of people it certainly has been for the last 4 years. There seems to be a lot of doom and gloom in the world. And it's time to focus on the world that we want to create, a world of peace. But for to have a world of peace, you must be the change that you wish to see in the world. Tony Robbins said, where focus goes, energy flows. Positive attracts positive. If you go out in the morning and think, oh, it's a rotten day, nothing's going to go right, nothing will go right. But if you wake up in the morning and say, this is going to be a great day, the universe will align and you will have a great day. So peace must start within, then it will have a ripple effect to spread positivity. The main purpose of this presentation today, the main message to you all is, be happy. Live a happy life. This is one of my favourite Madonna quotes. It was the lyrics to Justify My Love. Poor is the man whose pleasure depends on the permission of another. What she's basically saying is nobody has authority over you. You do not have to ask permission of anybody to do what you want to do. So I've set these simple principles for you to live a life of pleasure. Believe it or not, we're all agreed to come here. And I know I did not come here for a miserable existence. I came here for pleasure. And I was inspired to create these principles. And if you apply these principles to your life, you will soon experience a completely new and exciting reality. But first, what is pleasure? Definition of pleasure is a feeling of happy satisfaction and enjoyment. But pleasure is your individual taste. What is one person's pleasure may not be somebody else's idea of a pleasure. I'm frightened to ask Brian what his idea of a pleasure is. It might involve S Club 7, mightn't it, Brian? Yeah. This is one of mine. Pleasures. I'm sure you understand why. Oh, the button stuck? No. So let's get started. You've all got pieces of paper on your seats. Has everybody got one? Yeah. If you want to play along, I know it's dark, but if you want to play along as we're going along, you've got a list of all the principles. And if you want to number them 0 to 5, 5 being, look, you've got that principle, so you're happy as Larry with that in your life. you're not going to work on that principle, just mark it a 5. If it's something that you think, I need to work on that to improve my life, then either put a little tick next to it or put a score down. I'll take questions in the second half unless Claire kicks me out. So please listen with an open mind and see what resonates with you. Please sit back, listen, no interruptions, and all I ask is for you to be open-minded. These principles are designed to raise your vibration, therefore bring positivity and happiness into your life. Everybody's got a copy of the Wheel of Life. So this is basically, there's normally about 8 areas of your life: family, money, friends, spiritual, leisure, career, your job, life partner, health. Now, if one of these categories isn't in balance in your life, this can have a knock-on effect with something else. So say you had poor health, that's going to affect your chance of work, it's going to affect your social life because you're not going to feel like going out with people, so it's going to affect your friends, it's going to affect your money because you're not going to be able to make money because you're not well. So it's about, this is homework for you to look at every aspect of your life and see what needs work and which parts you're happy with. Because for me, if everything's not in balance, then your wheel's not working properly, is it? You'll find that some of these principles might contradict each other, some connect with each other, so you might say, oh well, that one links with that one. But some will contradict, but I think life's full of contradictions. So I'll point one out. As we go through, I'll say this one might contradict with this, but I'll explain why. So P is for play out, which basically means socialise, spend time with people who bring you joy, and do what you want to do. I often hear people say, oh, I'd love to come and do that, Dawn, but oh, I'm doing this for such and such, and oh, I can't get out of it, and I don't really want to do it. Well, you're not doing what you want to do. Live in the moment like a child does. The world is your playground. P is for please take care of yourself, but I shortened this to please yourself. Now this is often, this is not dirty either. This is often used as an insult, isn't it? Oh, please yourself. So are you a people pleaser? And if you are a people pleaser, well, why not be a self pleaser? It's not selfish to do something that pleases yourself. It's about putting yourself first. It's about self-care and preservation. And happiness, true happiness, comes from doing what you want to do, because if you do things what others want and you don't want to do it, you're going to resent them. So the important thing is you've got to find out what gives you pleasure. So what do you want to bring into your life that's going to bring enjoyment? P is for pack it in. If you've got bad habits that are affecting your health or your mental well-being, pack them in. I know a lot of people who think smoking, and they say, oh well, it's my only pleasure, but it's causing them all these health issues, and you think, but how can something that's you're putting down as pleasure is affecting your life? Whereas if you pack that in, you could bring so much other pleasure into your life, because you'd be able to go out and do other things because your health would be in better condition. If you're constantly moaning about your life, well, do something about it. Decide what you want and take action. Pack people in who bring negativity into your life. This doesn't mean to be nasty to people, but be more aware of whom you let in your space. And try to avoid people who drain you. We all had experience of that, where you feel your energy just zapped when you've spent time with a certain person. They've offloaded all their problems onto you, and you're left drained. P is also for personal responsibility. You are responsible for this experience. Own your mistakes and learn from them. P is for praise. Give yourself a pat on the back when you've done something good. We often say, oh, I didn't get everything done what I wanted to get done today. But focus on the positive, not the negative. In praise other people, you don't realise how much you could lift somebody's spirits by just giving them a little praise every now and then. But we always seem to be quick to criticise somebody. P is about perspective. Change your perception, change your reality. How many times do we have a problem and then we're talking over with somebody and we gain a different perspective because we think, oh, my problem's not as big as I thought it was, because we've gotten another person's point of view. P is for prioritise. How many times are you rushing around like a headless chicken trying to get everything done, which only causes you stress and anxiety? So by prioritising, you spend your time more wisely. This links in with perspective. Now, one of my... I hate food shopping. I hate supermarkets. And I decided, I thought, well, no, you've got to change your perception, Dawn. Every time I go to the supermarket, I end up in the slowest moving queue. They haven't got my favourite biscuits in or something, and I go, oh, I haven't got my biscuits. And there's always a screaming kid in the supermarket. Every time I go in. So I thought, no, I'll change my perspective. So now I go in the supermarket and I thank you, you've got food on the shelves. I'm not going to starve. And I join the longest queue, but I stand in that earwig on people's conversations. And it's entertaining. And I look at that screaming child, and I thank God in the universe that that's not my screaming child. L is for laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. If anybody wants a laugh coach, by the way, I think we should nominate Brian, because Brian's got the most infectious laugh. Watch comedy, lift your spirits, switch off the news. If you're watching the news and it's depressing you or it's causing you anxiety, switch it off. It's not doing you any good. Spend time with people who make you laugh. I'm lucky like that. I've got so many funny people in me. In my life. I'm not looking at you, Christy. No, I've got so many funny, like, honestly, we just have a laugh when we're together. Always look on the bright side of life. Find the funny. L is for live without limits or labels. You are spirit having a human experience. Don't limit your potential. L is for learn. Take inspiration from others. Learn from past mistakes. If you're working in a job you hate, then think about what you would love to do.
That's what I've just done.
Yeah. Don't use the excuse, oh, I can't do that, I'm too old to learn that. I haven't got the money to learn. That's one of the most common ones I hear from people. You don't need money to learn anything. Well, you do if you want to really get highly skilled at something. But the internet is the greatest gift we've been given. There's so many people on YouTube wanting to show you how to do things, and it's all for free. Learn something new every day. Every day is a school day. L is also for live the life you want. We recently went to see Darren Brown, and during the show he said the number one regret of most people when they're in hospital die, you know, they've done like a survey, and the number one regret was, I wish I'd lived the life I wanted and not the life others wanted for me. So I think always do what you want to do. Don't worry whether someone's going to gossip about you because you've changed. Some people stay in marriages where they're not happy because they're scared of what people's going to say. Live the life you want. Let it go. Do you know the film Frozen, the song Let It Go? It's a song about letting go of hurt, letting go of fear. L is for love life, which is basically living the power of now, because that's all you've really got. The past is gone, the future's never, it's there, you're never going to get to it. We can only live in the present. And L is for listen. Listen to your inner voice. How many times do we say, something was telling us not to do that, and I went against it? Listen to your inner voice. But listen to other people's opinions as well and perspectives. We have a habit of closing people off if they don't agree with everything we say or they've got different opinions. Well, how are you going to learn? So be open-minded. Listening is a vital part of communication. This is my friend Tom. I bumped into him in Blythe the other week and he had this t-shirt on and I just thought it was funny. My wife says I only have 2 faults. I don't listen and something else. E is for express yourself. As Madonna says in the song, don't go for second best. But if you don't tell people what you want, how can they know what you want? So we often bottle things up and we don't share how we feel to people. And then you get annoyed because you think, oh, why do they not understand? Well, if you haven't told them, an important part of manifestation is to tell the universe what you want. Say how you feel and feel what you say. E is for empowerment. Empower yourself and others. Encourage others. Praise each other. Like we've said before, we're always quick to pick fault, but do we praise each other enough? The ultimate use of power is to empower others. E is for exercise, and another excuse to put a muscly man in the presentation. I thought I'd be pushing it if I put another one in Michael say hold. But exercise makes us feel good and look good and releases feel-good chemicals.
I didn't give you copyright for that.
Eh?
I didn't give you copyright for that.
Oh, prove it, Andy, prove it. But exercise is another good way to make friends with people. You could join a gym, you could join a line dancing class. We've got a couple in from the line dancing class. They've walked out halfway through it to come here.
They danced out.
But you meet some lovely people, so join a walking group. Just do something. A is for encourage. I watched a podcast a few months ago, and it was about this young lad he'd just been walking down the street one day, and he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He got caught up in a robbery and he got shot in the back and he was left in a coma. So he woke up in the hospital in a coma, he woke up from his coma and the doctors, he says, what's happened? And told him what had happened and they said, you're never going to walk again, And he was devastated and he got depressed in the hospital because he just felt like, well, there's no hope, my life's over. So he started putting loads of weight on in the hospital and he wouldn't engage with any physio because he said, well, what's the point? You've told us I can't walk. And doctor after doctor told him the same thing. You're never going to walk again. And he just thought, he was actually thinking, just let us die. What's the point? My life's over. And this one day he woke up and there was a new doctor in the foot of his bed. And the doctor looked at him and he said, good news. He said, you're going to walk again. And the lad says, no, he says, all the doctors before have told us I'm never going to walk again. You've got it wrong. What? He says, huh? He says, you're going to walk again. And he went, no. He says, well, how do you know that? How can you tell me that? He said, because I have faith in you. And that changed that lad's mindset. And he did start walking again. And he's a motivational speaker now. He lost the weight, he'd done his physio, and it was a hard battle for him. But because that one man had faith in him, completely changed his mindset. And I encourage people, don't underestimate the power of your words to help somebody. Just a simple thing saying, I have faith in you. I'll tell you another quick story because it's just come to my head. I was reading a Michael J. Fox book, and just when we're talking about encourage, how sometimes we can pick fault with people, and Michael J. Fox said he was drinking too much, and his wife walked in and he's just seen him, with all these beer cans and everything, and he thought, oh, she's going to start, and she looked at him and she said, is this what you want for your life? and something switched in his brain and he stopped drinking. So she didn't have to give him a mouthful of abuse and have a go at him. She just said, is this what you want? And I just think it's the use of words when you're trying to make people look at themselves differently rather than have a go at them and say, oh, you're just a drunk, you're just this or that. It's all about what choice of words. This is a good one. Expectations of others lead to disappointment. No. If you take one principle from today, take this one. Because how many times do we feel let down by people? And it all comes down that you expected far too much from that person. Expect nothing and you can't be disappointed. And I've experienced that. Emotions are not a sign of weakness. Sometimes we bottle things up. And like I say, if you don't express yourself, people can't help you. So let your emotions out. If you need to cry, go and speak to somebody who you know will understand. Empathy. When we empathise with our fellow man, it is more difficult to divide people. We need to stop allowing humanity to be divided. All of the problems going on in our world now, it all comes down to divide and conquer. We've got to stop being divided and come together. Empathy is a quality of character that can change the world. A is for appreciation. Appreciate life. It's linked with love life. The key to manifestation is appreciation. Thank the universe for the little things in life, because you'll find more good things will come your way. I mean, if you think about it, would you give a child more if they weren't grateful? You'd say, no, they're spoiled brat, I'm not giving you anything else. Can you tell I don't like kids? Show appreciation, know that it makes people feel loved, and it doesn't have to cost money. Everybody keeps saying, oh, well, I haven't got the money to do it. I would buy them this if I had the money. You don't need money to show somebody appreciation. Write somebody a poem. I wrote Margaret a lovely poem for her birthday. It's her best present.
Best present. Oh.
Best present. And I didn't have to buy a present. No, I'll give you me book. No, but right, because it's come from the heart, it means more to somebody than just buying a box of chocolates in the supermarket. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Acts of kindness. Do something every day to help someone in need. One of my favourite mediums, Brian Coulson, he has this saying that he'll say, be the light in someone else's darkness. And I love that, because I just think you don't know how much you can help somebody. And always remember, one person cannot help everyone, but everyone can help one person. A is for agree to disagree. Can you tell I like Madonna? This is a lyric from a Madonna song, Borrowed Time. Do we need to start a war? Do we need to take a side? It doesn't matter underneath it all, because we're only here to love. How badly do you need to be recognised as being right? And is it really important in the grand scheme of things? People have different opinions. You've just got to accept it. A is also for ask for help, which is another way when we pray. Has everybody prayed at some point in their life? Well, most people know the power of prayer. I know it works because I've done it. But ask for help from someone in the physical world. You don't have to ask the universe for help. Ask for help from somebody who you know, and you'll be surprised how many people will step up and help you if you need help. Anxiety must be avoided. Anything that causes you anxiety, get it out of your life. Eliminate. Even if it's somebody who causes you to be anxious, you've got to make the decision, is it good for your health? Because disease means it's disease in the body. Anxiety causes so many illnesses. A is for angel guidance. I believe we've all got a guardian angel. And I believe in angel numbers, if anybody's looked into angel numbers. It's up to you if you look into it, but I believe in it. A is for analyse and apply logic. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We sometimes think, oh, we're rude if we ask someone a question because it sounds as though, oh, you don't believe them. Or, you know, or you're not being polite. Well, what did you do when you were a kid at school? You put your hand up and you asked a question, didn't you, if you didn't understand something? I ask this all the time. Does it make sense? Especially if I ever catch the news on telly. Does it make sense? S is for stand in your power. Stand in your truth. Be true to yourself. Stand by your principles. But it's also about sitting in your power, which some people would say was meditation. And the number of people who say, oh, I haven't got time for meditation, I haven't got time. What you're saying is you haven't got time for yourself. If you start your day with 5 minutes meditation, just sitting calm, focusing on your breathing, before you go out to do whether you go to work or you go out shopping for the day or whatever you're going to do, take time to just focus on your breathing in the morning and put yourself in a calm state. Because when you're calm, you will attract more calmness around you. True power comes from standing in your truth and walking your own path. I'm on my own path, Christy. Walk your own path. S is for stick it out. Never give up. Watch The Bank of Dave. Has anybody seen the film Bank of Dave? It's brilliant. The story of David Fishwick, and he's such a lovely bloke. He wanted to set up his a high street bank because banks were loaning companies money and all these businesses were going to go out of business, and he stepped in to help them, mainly because he knew his business was going to go out of business because his business relied on all of these businesses. So, and his motto in life is always do something because it's better than doing nothing. And I just think that's a really good inspirational quote. We'll skip that one because Donald Trump's will be guilty. S is for sing and dance. Put some music on that makes you happy. Manifestation works best when you're in a positive vibration. Play songs that take your mind to happy times and lift your spirit. Go to a concert. Feel the energy in a concert. The power of music should never be ignored. Now, when I said about manifestation being within, where we know we've done it all before, we're programmed from birth. Every year on my birthday, we sing happy birthday. And we blow our candles out. And what are we told when you blow your candles out? Make a wish. Well, what's make a wish? It's manifest what you want. So we're brought up with this. Is it anyone's birthday today? That's good, that saves some time. S is for silence is a virtue. Now, this, some people may think, well, this doesn't link with standing your truth, which it doesn't, because sometimes you've got to keep your mouth shut, but it's about choosing your battles carefully. So somebody might say something and you think, I think you're just completely ignorant and you don't know what you're talking about, or you're not open-minded. Sometimes it's best to just keep your mouth shut, because at the end of the day, is it worth investing that energy into an argument or into people? We're steadfast in our beliefs, so sometimes you're just wasting your time. S is for smile. When you smile at somebody, it shows you're approachable. This is how people often meet friends. You smile, you start a conversation, and you we've got a lot in common. And, you know, we start socialising with each other. S is for seek knowledge. Knowledge is power. Again, does it make sense? Do your own research into things. S is for self-care. It's about making time for yourself. U is for understand. Understand each other. Share song, love and understanding. There's not enough love and understanding. We could use some love to ease these troubled times. There's not enough love and understanding. Universal law. Mark Passio does an excellent presentation on YouTube. It's about 8 hours long. It's about natural law. But the number one message is do no harm. So do no harm to others. U is for use words wisely. Words are spells, that's why we spell words. When you want to manifest, say what you want and be as specific as you can. Be careful what you wish for. Use present tense language instead of saying I want to be happy, say I am happy and fulfilled in my life right now. Many people tell the universe what they want and then they add, oh, I hope I get it. I hope I get what I want. But you've just doubted the universe, so doubt cancels your want out. You have to use words that indicate that you already have what you desire. I'm married to Michael C. Hall. Did I mention that? U is also for unlock your potential. So find your sense of purpose. This is why a lot of people are unhappy. They're in jobs that they shouldn't be in. They're not doing something that brings them joy in their life. Everyone thinks, oh, well, no, work can't be enjoyable. You know, so if more people set about finding what they like and finding the job that suits them, we'd have a hell of a lot of more happier people in this life. Uncluttered lifestyle. This is about decluttering, not just your home, but your mind as well. Margaret come out with a good one this morning. What's it called, Margaret? The death clean.
Oh, yes,
yes.
The death clean.
So Margaret's been reading about the death clean. So she's been decluttering in her home. And basically, she's thinking of her family. She's decluttering so her family don't have to sort through all her junk when she dies. So it's called the death clean. U is for umpire your own game. So set your moral code. You decide what's acceptable and what's unacceptable. So many people complain and say, he's done this, you never guess what he said to us. And, you know, and people whinge on about people and think, but you say, well, you set your boundaries. You tell them what's acceptable and what's unacceptable. It's in your power. U is for unity. Work together, not against each other. Again, we need to eliminate divide and conquer. Unlock your potential is about trying something new. So you could join an art class. You could join a writing class with Andy. The space is at Pottery Bank, isn't it? Find something that, especially creative. I think creative things brings a lot of joy to people's lives. R is for refuse to live in fear. Fear keeps you in a negative vibration, and it's time to eliminate fear. Fear holds you back from making changes to your life because your brain likes what's familiar. When you think of something new, your brain talks you out because it's like, oh no, this isn't familiar. What if you fail? You know, people are frightened to fail in the things. R is for revenge is never the answer. So many people are bitter about things in the past, or they hold so much hate to somebody and say, they ruined my life. Don't give them the power. No one heals themselves by wounding another. Be bitter or be better. Let go of the hurt. Going over the past will only bring your vibration down. You must now focus on manifesting the reality you want. R is for retrain your brain. Now this could possibly be the hardest principle to follow, unlearning what you think you know. Sometimes we get so steadfast in our beliefs that we refuse to see something from a different perspective. And we get set in our ways and we become creatures of habits, even if those habits are impacting our lives in a negative way. I recommend everybody look up Marissa Peer on YouTube. She's got some fantastic videos on. She's a Geordie, isn't she?
She's from Durham.
She's from Durham originally. R is also for reflection. Now I've just told you don't go over the past, haven't I? But this is positive reflection. So when you feel angry and you think about somebody who might have hurt you, reflect and say, reflect on the positive memories with that person. And say, well, I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't have had that person in my life at that time. So, you know, a positive memory came out of something. Don't, just because you don't see somebody anymore or you're not friends anymore, don't let it ruin all the good memories you had with them. R is for respect. Respect yourself and respect other people. One of my favourite sayings is, I treat people the way I want to be treated. So I often get hurt when people don't show you the respect back. Because you think, well, I wouldn't have done that to you, so it's nice to be respectful to people. R is for razzle dazzle. Again, this is about unlocking your potential. Let out your uniqueness. Don't hold yourself back. Try new things. Don't be scared to be different to other people. R is ride the roller coaster. And razzle dazzle is another excuse to put a picture of Michael C. Hall in, because he was in Chicago and he sang razzle dazzle. And this is Bill Hicks. This is a quote about ride the roller coaster. Life's like a roller coaster. This is a Bill Hicks quote. The world is like a ride in an amusement park, and when you choose to go on it, you think it's real, because that's how powerful our minds are. And the ride goes up and down and round and round. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly coloured, and it's very loud and it's fun for a while. Some people have been on the ride for a long time, and they begin to question, is this real or is this just a ride? And other people have remembered, and they come back to us and they say, hey, don't worry, don't be afraid ever, because this is just a ride. And I just think that's a nice quote to just enjoy life. Don't be frightened of things. I believe in life after death. Some people mightn't. I've had all the proof I need. I'm not frightened of death at all, because there is no death. E is for expect the unexpected. Remember, life is a roller coaster. It's full of twists and turns and ups and downs, and we've just got to ride it. So it's time for you to do hard work now. You've got the list of principles, so you decide which ones, if any, you want to apply to your life, or you could make up new ones. But always be mindful of do no harm. And we came here for a reason, and I know one thing. The universe has got our backs. Every time I've asked the universe for help, it delivers. And the opportunities that have come my way over, and my friends here will know, it's been unbelievable, hasn't it? And I'm manifest. I can put out something and the next day it's happening. Val from Wallsend Church asked us to write a pantomime. I said yes. Didn't know what I was going to do, and I said to the universe, I've got to write a pantomime, I don't know what I'm doing, I need help. The very next day, my mum put a link on Facebook. Peter Mortimer, the playwright, had put a 6-week course on for free at the Watch House, how to write a play. I said, thank you, universe. And then Andy supplied the story for the panto.
And I say thank you, Karen.
So use your words wisely. Words are spells. Always remember how powerful your words are. Eliminate negativity out of your life. Don't feed into negative energy. This means if the news isn't making you happy, turn the news off. You're not really going to miss anything. Remember this quote, all that is required for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. We know there's evil things happening in the world. We are powerful, and we need to start doing something. And even if that's just bringing peace to yourself, that will have a ripple effect onto other people. Love conquers all. Another words from Madonna, let's start a revolution of love. Thank you. I've got my book. The book's available there. In the book it goes into more detail about each principle. I've skimmed through it really quick today. If you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's Dawn Wilkinson. Pixie does a lot of videos on YouTube. She's recently started doing jokes. And I'm on Twitter as well, flutterbuys123. And that's it. Thank you very much.
I know a book, its cover is blue. If you go and take a look, then you'll learn too how you can make your dreams come true and live a life of pleasure. The book's called How to Manifest a Life of Pleasure. How you can bring out the best in ever. How to manifest a life of pleasure. How to manifest a life of feeling. Yes, you worry. Feeling, yes, you worry. Feeling, yes, you worry. Feeling. I know a book which has 2 parts, and in part 1 the chapter starts with 1 of 7 letters, which together spell out pleasure. The book's called How to Manifest a Life of Pleasure. How to manifest a life of pleasure. How to manifest a life of pleasure. How to manifest a life of feeling. Yes, you worry. Feeling, yes, you worry. When you're feeling down, you can turn things around. When you get too far to the exercises you can do. When you try and exercise, then you realize how to manifest a life of pleasure. How to live the best life ever. How to manifest a life of pleasure. How to manifest a life of feeling. Yes, you worry. Feeling, yes, you worry. Feeling, yes, you worry. Feel like you. Thank you.
Manifestation's all about having faith. That's George Bailey.
Well, it must be nice if I can push your body. I know not everybody's trying to find like you, but I gotta think twice before I give my heart away. Cause I know all the games to play, cause play them too. Oh, but I need some time from that emotion. I put my heart back on the floor. Baby, when love comes down without devotion. Well, it takes a strong man, baby, but I'm showing you that all you gotta have faith. I've gotta have faith. I've gotta have faith. I've gotta have faith, faith, faith.
Baby!
Baby! I know you're asking me to stay, please don't go away. Stay giving me the blues. Baby! I know you're asking me to stay, please don't look good to do. This river becomes an ocean before you throw my heart back on the floor. Oh baby, I'll reconsider my foolish notion. Well, I need someone to hold me, but I'll wait for something more. Yeah, gonna have